Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Suhail and I make book videos here on YouTube, so if you like reading, make sure you check out the rest of my videos. We're finally back. As you guys can see, I have my new setup. I am so happy with it. I put it all together during my Iron Flame vlog, which will go up this weekend, so make sure you check it out if you want to see me decorate all of it. I am so excited, and like my little corner with my little BTS Christmas tree. I love it. Actually, there you go. My little moon has to be on. Come on, come on. Okay, I feel like I have not done a sit down video in like a month. So we're gonna talk today about my end of the year TBR, which is basically December TBR because it's already December. So we're gonna pretend it's not December, okay? And these are the books that I really want to get to before the end of the year. They already are on hold at the library, or I have them through Kindle Unlimited, or they're just books that I just want to get to for no reason except the fact that I'm excited about it. So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video if you enjoyed it, and let's get right into it. So the first three books that I'm going to be reading are books that I'm currently doing a vlog on. I read A Curse for True Love last night. It was amazing. It was everything I wanted, and I feel like it was really short. I literally read it in like 5 hours. Like I sat down and finished it, and I was like, that was fast. The ending was amazing, and everything about this whole series, like this whole series, I'm going to talk about them at the end of the year because this is one of my top series of the year, and I will be doing a dedicated video to that. But this whole series has my whole heart. Like, just the world and like the character. I feel like the characters are like what really stands out for me. I feel like I really like Evangeline, and like even though I'm not like, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I feel like I'm not like blinded by my like hopeless romanticism. Is that how you say it? Like basically, like I can be a hopeless romantic, but I'm still like realistic, you know what I mean? I feel like she will do anything for love, and I can't relate to that. So at first it took me a while to get used to her, but like by the end of this series, like in this book, I was obsessed with her, and she's a baddie, and I love her. I love her. Then we have Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler. This one I saw for months, but I feel like the moment that I was like, maybe I should read it was when I saw it at the Goodreads Choice Awards. That was a mouthful. I couldn't pronounce that, as you guys can tell. I feel like I was once in a toxic relationship as well, so like whenever I see books about toxic relationships, I'm like, give it to me, you know what I mean? And even though my toxic relationship was like reciprocated, like I feel like the person was actually in love with me the way I was in love with them, in this book they're not. Like the guy does not care for her at all, or like doesn't show it. So obviously I'm here for a little heartbreak, and I think this is the one that I'm gonna read next because I just got done with The Curse for True Love, and that one was fantasy, and this one's fantasy as well. So I want to kind of have like a little bit of a palate cleanse, you know, in between, because I went to A Curse for True Love right after Iron Flame, and I feel like if I go into Belladonna right away, it's gonna be like a little bit too much for me, you know what I mean? Like my worlds are gonna get mixed up and I'm just gonna be confused. So I'm gonna read this one next, and then obviously Belladonna. This is the second time I get this book through the library. The first time I got it was when I was in South Carolina, and I never got to it. I just love the covers for this whole series. I know like Adam and Grace is releasing the third book in August, I think, of 2024. So obviously I want to read this one in Foxy Glove. Is it Foxy Glove or Foxy Love? This one, I want to read these two obviously before the third one comes out, and I hope I like them because I really want to own this. Like I really want to own this in my bookshelf. I feel like these are one of the prettiest books I have ever seen, and actually I don't think I mind having them in paperback. I feel like the paperback feels really good, and I feel like it looks pretty. Like normally I don't go for paperbacks for my fantasy novels, you know? I like the hardcovers. Next we got King of Greed, and this one is the third one in the Kings of Sin series, I think it's called. The first two I love, like King of Wrath and King of Pride. Amazing. I just love Anna Huang. She's my favorite romance writer. I feel like she has a good mixture of like spice but also like plot, and I really like her characters. So when it comes to like spicy romance, Anna Huang is the one for me, and I just cannot wait to get to this one. I bought it as soon as I got to Germany. I went to get this book, but I couldn't find it, so I ended up just buying this one because, you know, I was already in the bookstore, so I might as well get a book, you know. And I wanted to read it anyway. I tried to get it through Kindle Unlimited, but I didn't see it. I think they took them out of Kindle Unlimited, so I was like, why not just buy it? I mean, I'm gonna buy it anyway, you know what I mean? Like I really want to own the whole series. so might as well just get it. This one is actually different from like the other ones. In this book, the main characters are already married, and he's rich and he's got basically everything he wanted, including like a wife and everything, but he's basically put his relationship or his marriage in the back burner, and I guess she doesn't want to be with him anymore. So basically we're gonna see a second chance romance, and I actually really like that. I feel like I never gravitate towards second chance romance if like the couple is already married. I like second chance romance like they were together when they were younger and then they found each other like later in life. But second chance romance as in like trying to like fix a marriage, I feel like I have not read that many books like that, and every time I do I love them. So I don't know why I never like gravitate towards them. Like I feel like I should, because you know, clearly it's my thing. So I'm excited about this one, obviously. Okay, so then we have A Winter in New York, and this one I actually really enjoyed her first book, which was One Day in December, and that one was very much, you know, the movie with Kate Hudson that has like they're dating, she's dating like her best friend's best friend. Basically it's like two best friends, like a boy and a girl, and they've always liked each other, but then they never really like talked about it, and whenever the girl best friend introduced him to her other girl best friend, they ended up getting engaged. So basically it's like a girl watching her, like the love of her life, marry her best friend. So that's kind of like why I enjoyed it, because I feel like that's very messy and I'm here for it. And as soon as I saw what it was about, I read it, I loved it, and I feel like after that I tried to get into her books, but I feel like I never can. I don't know if she was like a one hit, you know what I mean? Is that how you say it in the book terms, like one hit wonder? There's a term for that, but I forgot. But yeah, I thought maybe I should give this one a chance and then see if I actually like her writing, or if it was just that one book that I loved because of what it was about. I am like maybe 30% into the book, and so far so good. I'm not like obsessed with it. I actually consider DNFing because I feel like the book was like, it was right after Iron Flame, and I feel like it was putting me in a slump. So thankfully I picked up A Curse for True Love, and that kind of like got me out of the slump, and now I'm more motivated to get into this one. But I did consider DNFing, if that, you know, says anything about how I'm feeling. It's not bad. I feel like I don't have anything negative to say about it. Like I can't verbalize why I'm not into it, but I'm just a little bit bored. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna finish it, but I'm just gonna be honest, okay? I'm a little bit bored. Anyways, let's move on to the next one, which is Never Whistle at Night. This one I found through Goodreads. Somebody I follow put it as wanna read, and I really like the cover, so I clicked it right away. I clicked on it and I was like, I need to know what this is about, because I hope I like this book and I hope I can own it, because I just want it in my bookshelf. I do read a lot of books because of the cover, as you guys can tell, because I just love pretty things. You know what I mean? Like pretty things, especially pretty books, make me really happy. So this one I added on my TBR because I like the cover, and I know that it's like indigenous stories. So basically, you know how like Mexican people believe in La Llorona? You know, like, and then if you, I think that's the one that when you look at the mirror, you say something and then she appears. Those type of tales, that's what this book has, but like native indigenous people tales, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it's just Native Americans, but like basically like the native people have a lot of tales that they believe, and this book is basically like a horror, like short story compilation of all those tales, and I'm here for it. I'm just a little bit scared of reading it at night, but it came available on my library loans, so I was like, might as well just read it. Like if it wasn't available at the library, I wouldn't have it in this TBR, but because it already became available, then I can finally get to it. So another one that looks very similar, but it's called The Wishing Game. It's kind of like the same vibes, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's black with bright colors, and I love that. I love that. Oh, I forgot to show you guys my Christmas cookie sweatshirt. I wore this on the way back from the Permission to Dance concert in LA, because they had it like in December. So obviously I was able to wear it at the airport, and all the armies were like, oh my gosh, I love your sweatshirt. And I was like, I know. Thank you. Anyways, I was saying, this one I want to read because of the cover. Well, it caught my attention because of the cover. And then when I read what it was about, obviously I wanted to read it. And in this one, we follow a 26-year-old orphan, and she basically becomes a teacher, and then in her class she has another orphan child. They bond together and they have like this series that they really enjoyed. The author of the series is coming out with a new book, and she is basically chosen to like compete to win a copy of this book basically, and it's also a romance between her and the illustrator of the book. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Like, I love stories, obviously, about book people. So, I'm here for it. I saw the cover, I read what it was about, and I was like, at December TBR. Another one that I wanted to read in the fall because obviously spooky vibes is the Housemaid's Secret. This one is the second book in the Housemaid House. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. The Housemaid. Is it just the Housemaid? This one? That's the second book in this series, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I love this book. I feel like this is the type of thriller that I really, really like. And this one, I don't know anything about it, but my best friend, she basically read, I put her into, well no, I didn't put her into The Housemaid, but we read The Housemaid around the same time. And she went straight to the second book and she was like, you have to read it. So obviously I've been trying to read it since then, which was in July, and I still haven't gotten to it. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go into 2024 without reading this book. It's free on Kindle Unlimited, so just read it. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but my best friend did tell me that she pretends to be paralyzed or to be like in a coma or something like that. I don't know what she's pretending to be, but she's basically pretending to be like not aware of her surroundings. And I read the back of it too. I think it's the same lady though, like Molly or Millie. I think it's Millie. It's the same housemaid because in the back of the book when I read it, it says something about like, I've done this before. So okay, another one that I want to read, and I don't know what it's about, but I loved Caraval, is the second book in the Caraval series. And obviously I just finished the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so I am ready to get into the rest of this one and finish it. I cannot wait to know what happens. I feel like I want to say that I like Caraval better than Once Upon a Broken Heart because I do, but I feel like if you look at the series from like a wide angle, like the whole series as a whole, like if you put all three books in one, I do like the Once Upon a Broken Heart series a little bit more than Caraval, but I'm still in book 1 of Caraval, so Caraval still has a chance to, you know, be my favorite series from Stephanie Gerber. So now we have Half a Soul. This one I've been trying to read for the whole year as well. A lot of these books are books that I clearly wanted to read during the year, but I just forgot or got carried away with other books. So that's why I keep saying that, but it's because I've been wanting to read all of these for a long time, obviously. But this one, I know that it's like a mixture of, I'm gonna get it to you because Bridgerton meets House Moving Castle. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And actually, I didn't put it in this list. But this one, which is the one that I said that it was for fans of Spirited Away, I think I'm gonna get to this one as well. I'm gonna add that to this list because this is supposed to be for fans of Spirited Away. And now that I saw that one being like House Moving Castle with Bridgerton, I remembered that I still have to go through this one. So this is another one that I want to go through, is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. This is by Axie O. I read another one of her books, XOXO, and I didn't love it. It was too YA for me, but this one I have high hopes, especially because it's for fans of Spirited Away, and that's like my favorite one, obviously. This is about a girl who has half a soul, like she's been cursed, and because she has half a soul, she has like no fear of like embarrassment, like she's not like as self-aware as like normal people. So basically it's like, imagine like Bridgerton, but then she basically is risking her reputation because she's not that self-aware, because she has half a soul, so she doesn't really care that much. She has to basically like deal with she's trying to date the least liked man in that society. So obviously I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can't believe I keep pushing this book in the back burner. It's like, it's literally everything I love. I love Bridgerton. Bridgerton is like one of my favorite series of all time, and House Moving Castle is like my second favorite Ghibli movie. So obviously I don't know why I've been waiting this long, honestly. I just feel like maybe it was like the library called. I don't know. It just became available in the library and I was like, yes, please. All right, then we have The Right Move, which if you guys didn't see my moving vlog, it was like the one before the last one. You know that when I read Mile High, I said, I know there's like a second book in this series. If the second book is not about Indy and Stevie's brother, I don't want to read it. That's all I'm going to say. All I want to read is a story between Indy and Stevie's brother. That's all I want. And that's exactly what we're getting in The Right Move. We're getting Indy and Ryan's story. So in this one, basically Ryan is like the captain of the NBA team that he plays for, and I think it's the manager or like the owner of the team doesn't think he's serious enough. It's like your typical having to get a girlfriend or having to get married to prove that you're mature enough to handle like a business or like a team. In this case, Ryan is dealing with having to prove that he's mature enough to be the team captain. So he ends up dating this girl who happens to be Stevie's best friend. Is that her name? Stevie? Like the main character of Mile High. So it's Stevie's best friend with her brother. So it's also sister's best friend. You know what I mean? It's like fake dating, sister's best friend. Like, this is an entanglement, and I am here for it. I cannot wait to read it. With that being said, I also want to read Caught Up, and this is the third book in this series. I love this series so much, and I see that they're also gonna come out with a fourth book. I think it's called Play Along. That's gonna be my most anticipated releases of 2024, which is a video that I'll be making at the end of the month. So I'm super excited about that, of course. But this is the one with the manager's daughter. So in this one, the guy's a single dad. So we got single dad trope, which I love it. I love it so much. And he needs a nanny, and he hires the manager's daughter to be his nanny, basically. And she's a pastry chef, so she's gonna go, I think, to New York, or she's gonna leave. I know they're like in Chicago. She's gonna leave because she has like a job lined up or something that she has to leave by the end of the summer. So they also have like a deadline, which is another trope that I love. I just love all the tropes. The tropier, the better. I know that some people don't like that, but in my opinion, the tropier the book, the better. Then I have Belladonna, which I already mentioned because I'm gonna be reading it this week, but it's now in my list. I have a list that I'm looking at that with all the books that I'm talking to you guys about. And this one is basically about a girl who's an orphan. I think she was raised by guards, and the only relatives that she has left are the Hawthorns, which made me think, are they related to like the inheritance games people? You know what I mean? But I don't know anything about that. I haven't googled it, but I will. She basically ends up moving in with her family, like the only relatives that she has left, and the mom died, but I think she sees her or talks to her and like basically is solving a mystery with the dead mom. It says, however, Signa's best chance of uncovering the murder is an alliance with Death himself, a fascinating, dangerous shadow who has never been far from her side. Though he's made her life a living hell, Death shows Signa that their growing connection may be more powerful and more irresistible than she ever dared imagine. So, is this gonna be like an enemies to lover as well? I'm here for it. That's all I need to know. Okay, then we have Heartstopper 5. This one, I thought it was gonna come out in January and it didn't. So I've been following it, and so far it says that it's gonna come out in December. So I am hoping that it comes out in December. I have it on my Libby app already, like for notification as soon as it comes out. So hopefully if it comes out, I can get to it, because I think this is the last one, which is so sad. But at least we got this winter, which I read in the fall. I did a wrap up of all the books that I read in the fall, so I will link that up in the cards as well, so you guys can check it out. I didn't love it, but I did get some, you know, Nick and Charlie. I also saw season 2, like again, I rewatched it. So obviously I am good on my Nick and Charlie, you know, meter. It's full again, so I can wait until Alice Austen is ready to release volume 5. But can you please hurry up? Because I've been waiting since January, so I've been waiting for a whole year. Please just release it. And then we have Ruthless Vows. This one, I added it. Okay, hear me out. This version, which is the American version, is coming out at the end of December, and obviously I'm gonna try to get it through the Libby app, but if I don't, I have to wait until this version, which is the UK version, comes out, which is in January 4th. So it might be in my December TBR, it might be in my January TBR. The point is, I'm reading it as soon as possible because this is the second book in the Divine Rivals series. I think that's, no, it's called Letters of Enchantment series. That's one of my favorite books of this year, so obviously I want to know what happens with Iris and Roman. I feel like I'm in love with them. I'm in love with Rebecca Rose's writing. I want to read all of her books, and I tried to read A River Enchanted, but I was not in a mood. I feel like I was going through like a little bit of a reading slump. But all of her books are definitely in my 2024 TBR, which is another book also that I'm going to be making later on this month. So with that being said, these are all the books that I want to read in the month of December. Hopefully I can get to all of them. Make sure you stay tuned so that you can watch all of my reading vlogs coming up, and also I will be uploading my Iron Flame reading vlog on Saturday. So stay tuned for that one, because that one didn't go as expected, unfortunately. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.